So, you think you've finally found her, the woman of your dreams. She's beautiful, charming, charismatic, and seems to get you in a way no one else ever has. The connection feels electric, almost like it was meant to be. But what if that perfection is just a carefully crafted illusion? What if the woman of your dreams is a master of manipulation, and the future you're so excited about is built on a foundation of lies? Now, while today's story focuses on a man and a woman, let's be crystal clear. These manipulative tactics can be used by anyone, in any relationship, regardless of gender, to gain control. This is the story of how that irresistible charm can hide a calculated agenda, one that steers you toward a future filled with deep, soul-crushing regret. Hello and welcome to The Passion Bond, where you learn how to keep and nurture your relationship. Today, we're exposing a type of partner who can drag you into a relationship filled with emotional confusion, isolation, and long-term regret. We'll break down 7 powerful signs that you are dealing with this type of person. These aren't just red flags. They're blaring sirens you absolutely cannot afford to ignore. By the end of this video, you'll know how to detect the game before it plays you and why we say, don't date this type of woman, you'll regret it. It always starts like a fairy tale. Let's talk about Alex. He meets Isabella, and just like that, his entire world is turned upside down. She isn't just interested in him, she's utterly fascinated. She memorizes the little details of his life, hangs on his every word, and makes him feel like he's the most incredible man on the planet. For the first time, he feels completely and genuinely understood. This first phase is intoxicating, but what seems like love at first sight is the first trap. 1. Love bombing, the fantasy meant to hook you. The first sign is a tactic known as love bombing. Think of it as the emotional equivalent of a get-rich-quick scheme. It promises an unbelievable immediate payout of love and validation. In the beginning, Isabella doesn't just show interest. She floods Alex with affection. Morning texts, night calls, random gifts. She doesn't just like his hobbies, she wants to be part of every single one. Within a few weeks, she's talking about their future, planning trips months away, and telling him she's never felt a connection like this before. It feels great, like you've hit a jackpot. But here's the dangerous truth. This overwhelming affection isn't genuine love. Love bombing is not about love. It's about control. It's a calculated strategy to make you dependent on her. By making you the absolute center of her world, she ensures she becomes the center of yours. The goal is to get you hooked on that incredible high so that when she eventually pulls it away, you'll do anything to get it back. It's a perfect setup because who would suspect that someone offering a treasure chest of affection is setting a trap? It's not romance, it's manipulation in disguise. Now, to hold back the love bombing, slow down the pace of emotional intimacy. Don't confuse intensity with authenticity. Let trust build naturally over time and set clear emotional boundaries. If someone is rushing the relationship, pause and assess the motive behind the urgency. 2. The gaslight, the subtle art of crazy-making. A few months in, cracks begin to show. Alex swears she said dinner was at 7. She insists it was 8. When he calmly holds his ground, her response is swift and disarmingly effective. "Honey, you seem so stressed lately. You must be forgetting things," she said. Her face showed deep concern. "I worry about you." This is the second sign, gaslighting. It's a sinister psychological game where a person acts as the editor of your reality, constantly rewriting events to fit their narrative. It's like someone's secretly turning the thermostat down in your house, degree by degree, and when you complain about being cold, they tell you it's all in your head. Over time, you stop trusting your senses. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that masquerades as concern. It causes you to doubt your memory, instincts, and even your sanity. Slowly, Alex begins to second-guess himself. What was once solid ground now feels like quicksand. This is the goal of gaslighting, to undermine your ability to trust yourself so that you rely solely on them. To defeat the gaslighting, document situations that feel confusing. Keep a journal of key conversations and facts to validate your memory. Confide in a trusted friend or therapist for a second perspective. Most importantly, trust your gut. Confusion is not a normal state in healthy relationships. 3. The isolation, separating you from your support system. Next, the manipulator sets their sights on your support system. Think of your friends and family as your anchors to reality. A manipulator knows this, so they work to cut the ropes. It starts subtly. After a night out with friends, Isabella is noticeably quiet. When Alex asks her what's wrong, she sighs and replies, "It's nothing. It's just that your friend Mark was a bit rude to me. It seems like he dislikes me." She adds, "I don't think your family likes me, and it feels like they don't want us to be happy. I guess they don't see how happy we are." This issue starts to come to the surface. Isolation can be deadly. A manipulator acts like a fortress builder, gradually constructing walls around you, one manufactured drama at a time. They portray your loved one's concerns as jealousy or negativity, forcing you into a difficult position where you must choose between them and the people you have known for years. When it becomes too exhausting to defend those relationships, you may give up and surrender. Suddenly, her voice is the only one you hear, and that's exactly what she wants. Stay connected with your support system. Make time for loved ones and do not hide your relationship from them. If your partner criticizes everyone around you, question their intentions. A healthy partner encourages your outside connections rather than restricting them. Let's take a moment to reflect. Does any of this sound familiar? Are you second-guessing yourself, trying to avoid conflict, or feeling emotionally exhausted? If so, consider hitting that subscribe button, because protecting your peace begins with awareness. Also, please leave a simple yes in the comments if you've ever felt lost after an argument, unsure of what's real. Remember, you are not alone. Let's continue. 4. Hypercriticism, the poison disguised as love. Initially, Alex received constant praise, but over time, this admiration began to fade, replaced by a gradual and steady flow of criticism. This criticism often came disguised as helpful advice or concern. For example, someone might say, "I'm only mentioning this because I care about you, but that shirt doesn't suit you." Or, "Are you sure you want to take on that big project at work? It seems a bit ambitious for you right now." This is hypercriticism. Think of your self-esteem as a strong statue. This kind of criticism is not a sledgehammer. It is a small chisel that gradually chips away at you day by day. Each comment is a small wound that may seem minor on its own, but accumulated over time, they can leave you feeling less confident. They attack your goals, your looks, your decisions, everything that makes you who you are. Instead of helping you grow, they wear you down until you feel small, insecure, and fit neatly into the box they've created for you. Recognize the difference between constructive feedback and subtle put-downs. Speak up when something hurts. Reaffirm your self-worth by setting boundaries on what kind of advice you're willing to accept. You deserve to be uplifted, not diminished. 5. The victim, the master of blamelessness. When Alex finally gathered the courage to confront Isabella about her constant criticism and its impact on him, the situation changed rapidly. The conversation shifted away from her behavior, and instead she broke down in tears, revealing that a past ex had treated her terribly. She explained that this experience left her terrified of losing him. In an instant, Alex found himself comforting her, apologizing for bringing up the issue and inadvertently making her feel bad. This person is a master of shifting blame, skilled at avoiding responsibility. When you try to discuss their behavior, they distract you. They often tell stories about their past or emotional tales to change the focus. You came with a genuine concern, but now you are caught up in their issues, trying to fix a problem you did not create. This cycle keeps them from being held accountable. Stay focused on your concern. Don't let the conversation drift. Acknowledge the feelings, but return firmly to the issue at hand. Healthy communication involves mutual accountability, not deflection or guilt tripping. 6. The boundary breaker. Your no is just a suggestion. Alex starts to feel completely suffocated. He asks for a night alone, just one evening to clear his mind. But a few hours later, she shows up at his door with his favorite takeout. "I know you said you needed space," she says with a wounded smile, "but I was so worried about you, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay." This is a total disrespect for your boundaries. In a healthy relationship, a boundary is like a solid brick wall. However, for a manipulator, your boundary is merely a chalk line on the pavement, an inconvenience to be crossed. Whether it's going through your phone and reading your messages, showing up unannounced, or pressuring you into intimacy, they consistently ignore your limits. They disguise these violations as acts of passion or care, making you feel guilty for wanting space. The message is clear. Your needs are mere suggestions, while their wants are non-negotiable. If you attempt to reclaim your space, you're guilted into thinking you're cold, uncaring, or selfish. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. If someone repeatedly crosses those lines, it's a serious red flag. Healthy partners respect personal space and limits. 7. The final regret. The man in the mirror. After a year with Isabella, Alex doesn't even recognize himself. His confidence? Gone. His peace of mind? Non-existent. His support system? Dismantled. He's cut off from his friends, constantly anxious, and filled with a self-doubt he's never known before. He's always questioning himself, apologizing for things that aren't his fault, and managing her emotions at the cost of his own. The vibrant, self-assured man he once was has been replaced by a shell, one built by manipulation, fear, and emotional exhaustion. He realizes with a sickening certainty that the perfect woman he fell for was never real. She was a character, a role played to achieve what she wanted, complete control. This is the final destination: regret. Regret for not listening to the red flags. Regret for giving so much of himself to someone who only took advantage of him. This toxic cocktail of manipulation is like a poison brewed just for you. The love bombing is the sweet flavor that gets you to drink it, but it's laced with the slow-acting toxins of gaslighting, isolation, and criticism. The regret isn't just about a bad relationship. It's about mourning the person you were before you ever met them. Now reclaim your identity. Reach out to loved ones and rebuild your support network. Seek therapy if needed to regain clarity and self-worth. Leaving a toxic relationship is not a failure. It is an act of survival and a chance for rebirth. Here is the truth. A toxic partner doesn't show up with a warning label. They arrive wrapped in charm, flattery, and intense chemistry. But the signs are always there, if you know where to look. So how do you avoid this trap? You learn to recognize the signs early on. Love bombing, gaslighting, isolation, hypercriticism, victimhood, and boundary breaking. These aren't just personality quirks. They are calculated, manipulative tactics. The most powerful tool you have is your intuition. Suppose a relationship consistently leaves you feeling confused, anxious, drained, or doubting your reality. In that case, that is your internal alarm system screaming at you. Listen to that feeling. A healthy partner will build you up, respect your independence, and bring you peace. A manipulator will tear you down, erode your autonomy, and get you nothing but chaos. Don't let the illusion of a perfect beginning blind you to the reality of a toxic ending. Your emotional well-being is not a currency you spend on someone else's validation. Choose yourself, trust your gut, and never ever settle for a love that costs you your peace. A healthy relationship builds you up. A toxic one breaks you down. You deserve peace, clarity, and mutual respect. Don't sacrifice your soul to keep someone else comfortable. If this video resonated with you, please share it with someone who might be going through a similar experience and could benefit from this wake-up call. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll offer more insightful content on love and relationships. If you've lived through this story, feel free to leave a comment below. Your truth could serve as a turning point for someone else. Thank you for watching The Passion Bond. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful insights on relationships, healing, and emotional freedom. Until next time, continue strengthening your connection.